I'm trying to get over, because I still have people trying to tell me that, you know, James Harden's a horrible teammate and he's not going to be a fit there in Philly and he's very selfish and all that. And like my response to that is like, that's all conjecture. That's all speculation on your part, that it's going to be exactly in Philly what it was in Brooklyn or his last year or two in Houston. But for me, you talk about a me first guy, 29 assists in his first, 28 assists in his first 2 games as a 76er. How can you even attempt to explain to somebody, if you're a hater, how can you attempt to explain to somebody, oh, well, Harden's just a me first guy, when he gets 29 assists in his first 2 games?
Well, you know, they're me assists. He's got wide open shots. He's giving it up just for the stat book.
Yeah, right.
Look, I obviously like we watch the Sixers, but I don't watch every game across the NBA, especially the Western Conference. So you hear narratives about James Harden, and you look at the stat sheet. The stat sheet's great, but you don't know what he is as a player until you watch him every night. I undervalue just how much of a first ballot Hall of Famer he really is. And you could see that even just from the first 2 games. There are 3 things that he brings to the Sixers team that just are astonishing to me, that you can tell, and hopefully they keep going. Number 1 is his passing. Like, you saw he's averaging 10-plus assists this year. That's all well and good. I just assumed that was based off his scoring threat. Like, he'd get double teamed, he'd dish it off, or he'd drive and find the open guy. This guy has vision that is impeccable. I mean, he's 20-20 on the court, up and down. I don't want to say he's Magic Johnson-like, but it's ruthless out there on the court with his vision. And James Harden, passes how Ben Simmons thinks he passes. Like, we have arguably the best passer in the NBA. Like, he can do it all out there. And number 2 is obviously the spacing, but the teaching he's given to Maxey and Thibault. Everybody is a better player out there with James Harden and the double threat, besides Tobias Harris. But he'll hopefully figure it out, like, at some point, make his open shots. And the third thing, which Joel Embiid called him unstoppable, and obviously, like, they're going to be stopped at some point, even minimally, but going to the foul line 57 times in 2 games between James Harden and Joel Embiid, that's as unstoppable as it gets. Not only is it free buckets, but you're changing the game flow so much and dictating everything. You can't go on a run against the Sixers because, whoops, James Harden or Joel Embiid is just going to go to the foul line, stop play for 2 minutes. Like, that is one of the most undervalued things that I think we can see out of a Sixers team in a long, long time, and they're going to take full advantage of it.
Mm-hmm. And here's where I go with this. And you said the buzzword that absolutely is what I was waiting for in the Ben Simmons era with the Sixers, and that's that spacing word. James Harden's offensive capabilities create that spacing that opens up things for Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. It will eventually, I believe, open up things for Tobias Harris later in the season. But his presence on the court and his versatility on the court is what makes those passing lanes open and gives his other teammates opportunities to score. With Ben Simmons, and it's no breaking news, as I've said earlier on the show this week, it's no breaking news that you're getting a better player when you trade Harden for Simmons. But the things that we were told Ben Simmons was so great at, James Harden does everything better except for the defensive side of things. But everything else, the facilitating, the creating, everything else, attacking the rim, he does better than what Ben did.
It's just nice after all of this process, you're finally seeing someone not talking about it, somebody who's actually being about it.
Exactly.
And we actually have a player other than Joel Embiid that can go out there and ball. That's what we've been waiting for. And even last year when Simmons was about to be traded at the deadline for Harden, obviously it worked out better because we didn't have to give up Maxey or Thibault this year. Last year, I was trending in the direction of, okay, we get James Harden, but I kind of want to keep Ben Simmons. I think his upside is a lot more valuable than what James Harden has to bring from the Nets. Obviously, I, along with a lot of other people, were dead fucking wrong with that assessment. And bringing James Harden this year, and like essentially a discount because you don't have to give up Maxey, like, just try to win it this year. Just try to win it this year with everything in place and beat his MVP. The East is wide open. You can do it, guys. You can shut Boston up for once. Celtics Twitter is the biggest cesspool. I want to get canceled.
I understand. Right. I understand. You say no more. I get it. You've said enough.
Getting heated here.